let's go into talking about Nvidia, because I know this is something you wanted to talk about. And it actually crossed the trillion or close to $1 trillion on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Um,
they went over a trillion in the morning on Tuesday morning, $404 per share. Nvidia, which is known for having computer graphics cards, that's like their bread and butter. That's where they're from. So the AI generated images are largely supported by Nvidia technology. And,
oh, of course, GPUs, right?
yeah, exactly.
So this is kind of similar to the Bitcoin mining thing when, like, because Bitcoin mining used the GPU and that sent Nvidia stock up. This is like a second wave of that because now AI stuff uses it.
Exactly. And so the
Wow.
interesting is there's only like six companies that are over $1 trillion market cap. You can see here there's Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Nvidia. These are the US companies that are hedging the way for AI. Most of them have already been in the $1 trillion market space, like Amazon and Apple. And Microsoft, they're at over $2 trillion in total market cap. And so what happens now is you have Nvidia, which, like you said, was boosted by the GPUs for the mining crypto. But right now, today they're at 973 billion, so they dropped below, right? But
Should I buy the dip?
I did.
You did. You did. Nice. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will.
I bought into Nvidia 2 months ago, 3 months ago. End of March, I bought a bunch of AI stocks. I wouldn't really say it was a dip right now. It's probably
A dimple.
yeah, right. It's a dimple. That's it. But it's really interesting because they expect sales. The expected sales on their report for the second quarter was 50% higher than expected. Nvidia's was. So we're going to continue to see this trend of AI stocks bubbling out until someone comes along and regulates the industry and says this is where we stop. This bubble, from my understanding, is just going to keep riding up. So if you were on the .com bubble in the late '90s, early 2000s, you made a killing. If you were on
Yeah.
the housing bubble and you got into real estate and you were able to leverage your equity in your home to get another mortgage and get a second home, before the 2008 crisis, when houses were valued based on what their potential value would be on the growth for the next 6 months, and then you could get a loan for that.
Yeah.
You made a
Honks.
lot of money on that bubble as long as you weren't stuck holding the bag. And then, recently we've had a lot of the tech bubble, and that kind of hit hard at the beginning of this year when Meta took a crash and these other companies
The
started.
metaverse bubble.
Yeah, the metaverse bubble, right? And the tech.
Everyone thought the metaverse was going to be this huge thing, and it just sort of fizzled out.
Yeah, and the crypto bubble, right? Crypto blew up during COVID. That was
Yes.
like,
Yes.
that was a huge bubble, and now it's like back
Because
to.
people thought we were going to end up in a Mad Max type scenario where you'd have to trade your Bitcoin for bullets and water and,
Yeah,
and
right,
stuff.
right, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm still a firm believer in the metaverse is going to work. The problem is that we need to have a unit that's under a pound that you can wear on your head and it's augmented. So I'm hoping to see
I
Apple.
think I actually think the Google, you remember Google Glass? I think
Right.
that was interesting. Like, I don't like the idea of virtual reality. Like, I think the average person doesn't want to live in a virtual world, but I think the average person is up for augmented reality, where they have glasses that see the world, but they can access information in the glasses and it can interact with things in the real world. Like they're looking at something and automatically they go to a supermarket and prices come up for things in their glasses, or they're looking at something and they say, take a picture, send it to my girlfriend, whatever, something like that. I think that would be awesome.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure that's where they want to go with the augmented reality. There's a lot of different things that this AI is really going to help grow.
I think there's still going to be a market for physical, real people. You know, like if you go to a high class restaurant, you are not going to pay. It takes a long time to order at McDonald's now. You use a kiosk, you got to navigate through all these menus. I came back from London a few months ago and I went to a business class check in, and they for some reason guided me to a automated desk. And I was angry at them. Well, okay, I shouldn't really get angry, but I was like, this is a business class ticket and you're guiding me to an automated computer? What on earth are you doing? And then they were like, oh, we're very sorry, sir. I thought you wanted to use, because for some reason, some people want to, but they were like, oh, we're very, very sorry. And they took me over to this place with like real humans and where they're all like, oh, hello, sir, you know. And it's like, you want that, right? That's like the same thing like Trader Joe's. They have that model too, like real humans. Like you can't order from their website. They don't do it. They could make a killing selling stuff on their website, but they refuse to. They say the only place you can buy it is in store because we give you a real in-store experience where all our staff know a lot about the products and they'll talk to you in a really happy, friendly way, and people like it, right? So there's going to be a market for that versus automated stuff, I think, going into the future.
But there's an AI boom right now, and then there's an AI bubble with that boom. So let's
When
just
does it finish? When does the bubble finish?
when someone pulls in the regulations and says you guys can no longer do this, this, and this, and this, and it has to be government sanctioned, and there's regulations that come down the pipeline.
Okay. Here we go. Hashtag not financial advice.